Back to the Shankly Sessions, folks. A little morning show here, a little preview for the Bournemouth game later. Carabao Cup time, trip to the Vitality Stadium on the back of that big win against Nottingham Forest. Luton coming up at the weekend, Super Sunday. So not too sure change-wise what the gaffer's going to go for here. I think there will be changes, but I think he'll be careful in terms of the amount of changes he puts out there. 4 days, plenty of time to recover. But a big game heading off to the Vitality Stadium against the Cherries Bournemouth, of course, coming into the game with a big win, 2-1 against Burnley at the weekend. What a goal by Billing, and of course that whole Jay Rodriguez goal, 6 minutes VAR trying to decide whether a goal was offside. That was fairly obvious. Pep Lijnders took the press conference yesterday, the pre-match press conference. I really do enjoy Pep Lijnders' press conferences. Like how we spoke about the gaffer the other day on the post-match from the Forest game. There's a lot of technical stuff being done there at the moment that's really bearing fruit on the pitch. And when you listen to Pep Lijnders and how he breaks down football and slots players in and all that kind of stuff, it's really, really nice to hear. It gives us a real insight into what these guys are working on when they hit a training pitch, and even tactically off the pitch when they're talking about setting up for different teams and stuff like that. The one thing I would say about Pep Lijnders, and maybe about the gaffer as well, sometimes maybe they give a bit too much information away. But again, let us know your thoughts on that down in the comments. Let us know your starting 11, and of course let us know your prediction. But this is a big opportunity for Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool coming in, big win against Nottingham Forest, 3-0, could have been a few more. And of course the whole Luis Diaz situation still hanging over us and stuff like that. And also of course our thoughts and all that kind of stuff are still with Lewis and his family and stuff like that, hopefully for the safe recovery of his father. Awful situation to be in, you know. And difficult as well for his teammates as well, who are trying to support him but trying to work through this and stuff. The gaffer will have targeted this one. This is a big opportunity potentially for a trophy, domestic trophy early. Now the final I think is in February and stuff like that, but with Man City crashing out in the last round, and with 4 all Premier League ties in this round, means 4 Premier League teams are going out tonight, plus the exit of Man City and stuff like that. A lot of teams in there at the moment, ourselves, Newcastle, United, to name a few, Arsenal. We'll be targeting this as potentially, I won't say an easy pathway to a trophy, but a better opportunity generally with all these teams. The draw last time round really favoured the lower league clubs and stuff like that, because they basically avoided the big clubs and we all kind of drew each other in the Premier League. Again, let us know your thoughts on the draw from last time and how you see it going out. If you look at form at the moment, we're kind of in form, you can tell. You know, 3 wins on the bounce now, 4 and 6 with the loss and the draw, of course. For Bournemouth as well, 4 losses and 2 wins. So the win the other day would have been absolutely massive for them, and absolutely crucial in terms of a 6-point relegation with Burnley and stuff like that. So we'll get into some team news here. Looking at the team news, and of course we'll start with Bournemouth, of course. What's in there? Max Aarons shrugged off. He was replaced by Adam Smith in that game against Burnley at the weekend. You know, Tyler Adams is out with a thigh injury. Mark Condes is out with a foot injury. Ryan Fredericks is out with a calf. Sinisterra and Mark Travers both cup tied. And first choice goalkeeper Neto is out with a foot injury as well. So they've a bit out there at the moment. But the return of Billing and all will be huge for them. And of course the connection with Dominic Solanke will be huge. We will see that again. For us at the moment, we know Robbo's out, had the shoulder operation. He's going to be out for a while, probably till the new year, I would imagine. Stefan is still out with that calf issue. Thiago's still out with that hip injury. Remember they told us 4 weeks for that hip injury? Good Lord. Ben Doak has a muscle issue, but Curtis has completed his domestic ban, so Curtis should be back in the fray tonight. No doubt the gaffer will throw him in there, which will be good to see. Could Luke Chambers get a start? Would be pretty interesting. Cody's probably going to come in. Jarrell Quansah I'd like to see back in there as well, and of course Quivin will probably go between the sticks. So that's really your roundup of your team news. If we look at possible starting lineups, and we'll take a look at both. Bournemouth are going to have Radu, Smith, Zabiemi, Senesi, Kerkez, Rothwell, Billing, Quatara, Semenyo, Kluivert and Solanke. Semenyo, very good player. Billing is going to be in there trying to work the midfield the way he normally does, and we've seen in the past how dangerous he can be to us and stuff like that, so that'll have to be shot down. Hence the reason I'm thinking let's be a little bit careful and cautious here by the volume of changes that we make. I know the Luton game at the weekend is going to be huge for us as we keep on pushing on the league's front, but I wouldn't be how could I say this? I wouldn't be taking anything for granted here. Going to the Vitality is a tough trip. Myself and Darren have already spoke about it as well, where Bournemouth aren't looking that great in the league. They haven't always necessarily played bad. They've just had a little bit of, bad luck at times and stuff like that, but they know how to play football, as we've seen in the past. For us, Kelleher's going to be in goals. Gomez, Kwanzaa, Matip and Chambers at the back. Elliott, Endo and Jones in the midfield. And Salah, Nunes and Gakpo up front. I think the front line is kind of, is where it all kind of sticks out in terms of that lineup, because I think the gaffer, he hasn't really much choice. I don't think he has a lot of options there, especially depending on what he wants to do in the midfield. It may not necessarily work out like that, but again, another big opportunity for Endo to lay down a marker there with Taro, and show the gaffer what he's about. He's still going through this process of trying to convince the gaffer. Stories coming out yesterday as well that we'll definitely be in the market for a defensive midfielder in January, which is probably not the news that Endo wants to hear, but definitely the news that Alexis McAllister wants to hear. No doubt that will then release him into the 8 role, and we'll really see the best of Alexis McAllister come the new year, which is going to be fantastic. Looking at the lineup, big game for Harvey as well. Like to see Harvey go out there and put on a performance. Great to see Chambers in there. Kwanzaa again, who I think is a real future star at the back there for us. Gomez in that right back position as well to show what he can do. Kelleher, as we know, always solid between the sticks. Great deputy for Alisson and stuff like that. But that front line really should cause havoc in there in terms of Bournemouth. We may see Jota a little bit as well, who knows, but let's see what happens. Unfortunate Ben Doak is injured and stuff like that. I don't know where Kate Gordon's progress is at the moment. He has come into the squad at times, may even be named on the bench, I'm not too sure. Going to go for a prediction here. I'm going to go for, I think 4-1 Liverpool. I think that front line, I think Bournemouth is going to struggle against that front line. I think Endo in his last few games has been really, really good when he's come in. He's had a couple of man of the match contenders and stuff like that as well. So I don't have any worries there. Matip's experience at the back as well with Kwanzaa's ability and stuff like that will be really good for us. Joey on the right. Let's see what Chambers can do on the left. That'll be interesting. I want to see how this Luke Chambers situation develops as well. We've been speaking about this left back situation. I think it needs sorting out. I think the drop off from Robbo has been huge. I'm not sure if Costas is the answer, but let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Again, just a quick preview, folks, for the Bournemouth game. Let us know your thoughts on it. Drop your predictions down in the comments. Let us know what your starting 11 is going to be. Hopefully we'll be in the pot later on for the draw this evening, which will be really cool. Be interesting to see who we draw out then, if we can make it through, and which teams crash out. Until next time, folks, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. This is the Shankly Sessions, where we bring you all the latest Liverpool news, previews, match reactions, all that kind of good stuff. Hit a like on the video, share the content, and hit that bell notification so you're notified when we go live. Hopefully later on we may have a match reaction, or it might spill into tomorrow. Don't forget to join us later on, new time, 7 o'clock. We're going to be changing that in light of the game and stuff like that. So 7 o'clock later on for Pro Wrestling Weekly. Join me for about an hour. I'm going to be going through all the latest pro wrestling news and also talking about the road to Crown Jewel. Till next time, folks, cheers.